Solo traveling is the best thing that I've ever done in my life, and here are 3 ways that it has changed me completely. First of all, it had made me look at human beings and life in a much more positive light compared to before I went out traveling. Before I did go solo traveling, my thought on people are that like most people are bad people, most people are self-centered, most people are just thinking about themselves, fending for themselves, and of course, you'll meet these kind of people in life, but my first time traveling was in Bali. And when I went there, I swear to God, these are the kindest people I have ever met. And I come from a country where people are pretty friendly and kind, but that was just another level. Like, very easy people to get along with, very charitable, very kind. The very first time I went on a drive with like a driver from Bali, they went out of their way to like buy me water and snacks that were not even included. And that might sound like a very small gesture, but it's like this person is not obligated to like, buy me snacks and share it with me. And I was generally like, no, you don't have to, thank you. And they're like, no, you can have it. And this sounds like such a small gesture, but that was like one memorable thing, like one first kind gesture that I experienced while traveling that stuck with me. And then there will be instances where I will look lost and not even ask someone, but someone will come up to me and ask me like, hey, do you want me to show you around? Do you want to ask me anything? Like, I have encountered such kind people. I have met friends who have even invited me to like their weddings, and this is just like a stranger, because if I'm being honest, when I first decided to go travel solo, my thought was like, I am going to a completely different country. People there do not look like me. People there speak a different language from me, but every single time I've been to a new country which fits these categories of like, they don't speak my language, they don't look like me, they have such a completely different culture, I have been amazed. Like, humans, they're just humans. Like, they're just nice. Like, of course you're gonna meet bad people, but I feel like for me, I've met way too many kind people to the extent that at this point, I'm like, when I see a person, I judge them in the sense of like, I think they're nice until they do something that makes me think, oh, okay, I was wrong. While back then, when I meet someone, my initial thought would be like, this is probably a bad person, and then they have to prove to me that they're a good person. And I think if you approach life in that way, you might unironically be the bad person. Because imagine someone is just kind and just being friendly, and they're coming up to you, and then you're like, you shoo them away, thinking like, oh, they're probably like an awful person, and then automatically you are the awful person now. Like, not just human beings, but even like the events that occur to my life. When I have something bad, I always have this mindset of like, it's gonna work out. Like, nothing in life is that bad. Nothing in life is that dark. Like, things are inherently good, and then maybe they can turn out bad. Not things are inherently bad and then they might turn out good. A second thing for me is it has made me become a better person in terms of wanting to self-improve myself. And I know this can come off as like YouTube self-improvement propaganda, but for me, every time I traveled, I ended up meeting people who are my age. Hell, I met people who are way younger than me, and they're running like online business, or they're like, even if they're not like rich, but they're traveling, they're coming from like far away to come explore here. And there are people I meet who are living like such healthy lifestyles. Like, I have been inspired in one way or another, not just in terms of making money, but also just in terms of mindset, in terms of wanting something better in life, in terms of wanting to explore, in terms of being open to other people's culture. Like, that alone has made me just see life in a much wider lens. Like, there are a lot of things that I do not get to experience in my home countries. I honestly do not get to meet a lot of my peers who live, certain lifestyles, who are like open to exploring, or who are like running businesses in unconventional ways, and not illegally, just unconventional. Or people who are living this like super healthy lifestyle. I mean, of course, I'm sure there are people like that in my country, but it's just not like a general culture where like you meet a lot of people. But traveling has enabled me to meet like-minded people, and not just like-minded, but just people who have inspired me to want to be better in one way or another. Thirdly is it has made me so much more confident in myself. And this is coming from someone who thought that I was already confident. Like before I even traveled, I think if I evaluate myself, I was already pretty confident. But traveling has made me think, oh my God, I am so much more capable of doing things that like I would never imagine. Like, for instance, I will meet like challenges. Like, I lost my passport in Japan and I think I handled that pretty well. I met this random driver in Singapore who accused me of like wanting to scam them, and they were like, I'm gonna take you to the police. And that's like so random. I don't think I would ever encounter those things in my country, and those are negative things. So it's not like I wanna do those in my country, but I'm just saying these experiences have made me think, oh my God, I can have a challenge like this and actually overcome it and come out unscathed. Like, whoa, that's crazy. And it just made me much more confident. Like, you know what? I can do anything I set my mind to. I can overcome any challenge that I want to. Just the fact that I've been able to, get out of my country and go to like another continent, that already boosts my confidence. Like, oh my God, this is not an easy feat. I know nowadays a lot of people are traveling and it seems like, oh, it's just this easy thing that anyone can do. But for me, I'm just thinking, yeah, but it's a privilege and it's not like everyone is able to do it. And just makes me much more confident in myself. Like, even just the interactions that I have with people, like I will just be in a completely new place where the language is completely different and I'm able to converse with these people and I'm able to form meaningful friendships. Well, not with all of them, but I definitely have people who I still keep in touch, and I just make them for maybe like 2 weeks or 1 week in another country and we still kept in touch. Just knowing that, oh my God, I am able to form friendships with people who are completely different from me, with people who come from completely different cultural backgrounds, and maintain these relationships, that just makes me feel more confident in myself. So yeah, those are the 3 things for me. If that convinced you to travel solo, you can check out my video here about why Bali should be your first solo destination. It was for me. I genuinely think it should be everyone's. I make videos on travel, things like story times, tips, advice, and also some insight into working online while traveling. If that's your thing, like, share, subscribe, or else. I'm just kidding. Just please do it. Bye.